Is a live shot of the base of Vail Mountain just by Gondola 1 there on it's a little cloudy this morning, but those clouds are going to roll out around noon. Gorgeous day. We're back in the studio with Dan Smith from Vail Mountain Rescue, and we were kind of going over how you utilize drones and helicopters to find people in the woods. But if somebody's going on a backcountry excursion, what would you say is the best way for them to ensure they know where they are on the trail?
Well, first get a map.
Yeah.
A good one.
Yeah.
And it's nice if the map is where you're actually going. We've had people saying, I've got a map, but I'm not on that map. That doesn't help anybody very much.
It doesn't.
So when you get the map, open it. Use it to plan your trip. Not just, oh, the concierge told me that Booth Falls was wonderful.
Yeah.
And you've never opened the map, you have no idea how Booth Falls looks. So orient the map if you're at the trailhead. Well, let's see, this trail goes up and to the right, and the map goes up and to the right, and then it turns left. So you know what you're walking into. Then keep track of your position on the map. Now, nobody's asking you to shoot back azimuths, reverse bearings off mountains. That takes a little skill and the right compass.
I don't even know what that is.
But if you've got a GPS, or you have a location device on your cell phone that works and that you know how to use, track your position against the trail and know where you are.
Yeah.
That'll solve 90% of your getting lost problems. As we get into fall, that's more and more necessary because all the trails are covered with leaves.
Yep.
And the trail the deer and the elk go down looks exactly like the trail you're supposed to be walking on, where when the leaves are on the trees, you can tell the difference. You can find hiking boot prints and dirt bike prints, things like that.
Yeah.
So we've had many people in the next 2 months go down deer trails, and then that doesn't work well.
Oh,
you go up the trail, and when you go to Booth Falls or Pitkin or any of the more adventuresome trails, top of the world off of Shrine, the trail going back down does not look like the trail coming up. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You're seeing it from 180 degrees out,
Yep.
and it's very easy to get off path if you're not tracking where you are. And while everybody has the map in their pocket, it's nice if it's open and you pull it out once in a while.
Yeah.
So that helps. The best thing you can do, and again, remember, of the hundreds of thousands of visitors, we've touched 158 people so far this year and 106 missions. So percentages are in your favor.
Yeah.
But you have to do something to protect yourself. And the simplest thing is tell someone when you're going, where you're going, when you'll be back, and if you're not back within an hour of that time, call 911. That can be the concierge at your hotel.
Yeah.
That can be your wife, your husband, your significant other, your kids. That can be your mom if you're one of the kids, because we need to get started. We can't help you if we don't know you're out there.
Yeah.
So when that call comes in, it'll go to Vail Dispatch, 911. We work that same system. We'll get the call, and we'll start putting it together. And if we'll then talk to the person that you left this message with, who's known as the reporting party, and get more information about you, what you do. Have you ever been lost before? And that, some people think that's an odd question, but we deal with a lot of people that get lost a lot of times. How they've behaved when they've been lost before is a very important variable. Do they sit down?
Yeah.
Do they just blindly go ahead? Do they always go downhill? Do they always go uphill? All of these things are very, very helpful to us.
And you would recommend in that instance, if it's say your first time getting lost, just kind of stay put.
Sit down.
Yeah.
We have a coloring book we give to younger children called Hug a Tree. Now, we don't actually ask you to go out and grab onto a tree, but sit down.
Yeah.
Stay in the same place you are. Don't be moving while we're trying to find you.
Yeah. And
especially don't move at night.
If you do have a phone with GPS, the longer you stay in the same spot, the more
it will
accurate
work.
It can get.
And if you have a phone that has GPS on it, I don't know of a phone that doesn't, know where that is. Know how to, if you buy a GPS, take it out in your driveway and play with it. Know where the screens are. We have many, many people. I've got a GPS, but I don't know how to turn it on. It doesn't help you much if you don't turn it on.
No, that's a toy. I always want to play with my toys before I go out and explore. So
well, I mean,
play with your toys a little.
A lot of us here have no cars in our garages because they're full of toys.
Exactly.
I think some of our guests are not quite so toy oriented.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So those are some very simple things you can do. Always in this climate, have rain gear. Don't go without rain gear. Don't go without a second layer. It got right cold last night when it was raining.
It did, and especially this time of year as we are kind of moving into monsoon season.
If you're out there and you're wet, you're in trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming on today, Dan.
Pleasure,
I always
as usual.
appreciate the tips. So as a quick little recap for you guys, bring a paper map with you, understand where you're going, check the map that you have in your pocket with the trailhead. Don't don't necessarily just rely on technology. And stay safe out there, because we are getting that fall season where the trail gets covered with leaves. But if you need anything, 911 will get you Vail Mountain Rescue for free. They will help you out. So thanks for coming on again. Coming up next, we've got Ashley with an epic morning report and more fun on TV8 Good Morning Vail.